Welcome back to ProBuild 360 TV. We're in sunny Harborne today. We've got a special project to show you where we allow our designers and our whole supply chain to go nuts and try out all the innovative new products and services. So let's go and have a look.
So far we've carried out the construction of a single-storey rear extension. We've rebuilt the roof, allowing for a dormer loft conversion, reconfigured the first floor, we've rebuilt the ground floor as a solid concrete slab with underfloor heating front to back, and we've gutted the ground floor of all the internal walls using 2 structural steel goal posts as an engineered solution. Dry lining and plastering are complete, and a mist coat has been applied to give us a whitewashed shell to work with.
So what we have here is a beautiful Victorian mid-terrace property, and our big constraint is space. It's very narrow. So we've given our designers free rein on the architecture and the interior design to see what they can come up with if they really try and break the mold. So the first thing, starting from the top, we're in the loft conversion bedroom. We've got a dwarf wall with no door that's going to connect this room to the rest of the house without feeling so isolated up here, and it gives you all this airspace to create a much bigger room. We've also maxed out the window size with big panoramic one behind me and the conservation grade Veluxes. Let's go and have a look downstairs. Moving down to the middle floor, what we've achieved with this bathroom is incredible for the space that's available. We've got a full walk-in shower, separate bath, loads of storage, and we've gone for the sash windows because it respects the style and the period of the property, and it plays into the planning conditions. And bearing in mind that we want to accentuate the length of the home because of the constraints on width, I'll show you how now from the bathroom we flow through into this massive hallway. The size of this storage cupboard is unbelievable. It's practically another bedroom. We've got the electrical distribution board, and right here we've got the start of a home automation system that's going to control the lighting and the audio visual installations in the most high-tech way, and it's going to be so exciting to show you guys that as we come to completion. Another storage space under the stairs because we don't waste anything. And we've gone for pocket doors at the top of the stairs coming onto the first floor landing and going from the landing into the main bedroom. That's brilliant because these pocket doors will mean that we can utilize maximum amount of the floor space, and also when they're fully open, as with the dwarf wall upstairs in the loft conversion, we're not isolating any room. If you want all the doors open, the whole house feels connected, big and airy. So now in the main bedroom, again with the constraints on space, we've gone for big windows, again sash window here to respect the style of the property. That's going to flood the bed area with natural light. We'll have the audio visual setup here, media center, and that's going to come through into the wardrobe area with the cabinetry on this side, dressing area on this side, and again maximizing the natural light with the glazing from that window going right up into the eaves and increasing the airspace by vaulting the ceiling. And finally, we're here on the ground floor. Again, the theory behind the design work on this property was to try and make this small house feel really big. First feature to accommodate that was to have an open tread staircase. This isn't the one, this is the scaffold staircase, but it's much the same theory. There'll be no visual obstruction. You'll be able to see all the way through from when you enter the property. Next, all the walls and doors and all the physical obstructions throughout this place have been taken out with some heavy duty steel work. We had 2 sections with goal posts that you can see here. Then we're into the dining area and through into the kitchen extension. So here the openness is accommodated through glazing. We've got 2 full height fixed panels, massive sliders here, and the ridgeline roof light above us. So this place will be flooded with lots of natural light. And finally, we've got underfloor heating system rather than radiators, because that's going to free up all the wall space and allow all the furniture and the fixtures and fittings to push right back to the wall so no space is lost, making the place feel absolutely massive. So when we return, the next thing that's going to happen is that this bay area is going to be built. That's going to achieve full weather tightness. There's going to be no more structural openings left. And we've got a modern method of construction, a really new technology to the UK that we're going to be using to trial on this property, and it's a way of achieving the perfect airtightness for the home. Hi everybody, we're back at the Wall Lane project. As promised, we've got something very special to show you today. It's a system that's only been in the UK for about a year. It's designed to achieve a particular level of airtightness on the property, and that's going to reduce heating bills and generally optimize the energy performance of the property. So we've got the generator and the compressor and the air blower set up. The guys are prepping inside, they're covering some of the surfaces and closing some of the larger openings. So let's go and have a look what they're up to. So here we are with Hugh Franklin from AeroBarrier. We're going to talk a little bit about the system to educate yourselves, builders, homeowners, and so on. So Hugh, what is the process?
So the process today is we're going to pressurize the building. We're going to make it, push air in essentially, which makes it feel like it's blowing up a balloon.
Yeah.
Whilst it's under that pressure, any gaps and drafts in the building
Yeah.
are going to be leaking air out.
Yeah.
So when it's under that pressure, often this is the way that air testing, which is a part of building regulations, is done.
Yeah.
However, what we do is during that process, we will be spraying in each room a set of the AeroBarrier solution as a mist, and it goes in like a fog and hunts out, but is literally drawn to all the gaps and nooks and crannies in the building.
And it's a waterborne particulate.
Yeah, low VOC, so no silicon solvents. You know, that smell when you walk into a recently caulked bathroom, forget that.
Yeah.
You'll be able to come back in here after 30 minutes and you'll go, nothing. You know, we like this as it is right now.
And the objective is?
The objective today is essentially to reduce drafts and save money. That's simply how it works.
So lower heating bills, optimised energy performance.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. It's your EPC ratings for builders.
Yeah.
So you can then guarantee you're going to hit your Bs and your As as required for green mortgages, things like that. Also, young homeowners are asking more questions about it now. And if you're a landlord or something like that, it's those EPC minimum regulations as well. So you can't have less than an EPC D at the moment, and then it'll be C in a few years. So it's trying to improve the quality of housing stock in the UK.
So we're going to have a little bit of a look at the prep work as this project is somewhat advanced in its stage of development. There are things, some horizontal surfaces and stuff that needs covering. Hugh, tell us a little bit about it, please.
Absolutely. So we've been through a bit about horizontal and verticals in terms of surfaces. AeroBarrier doesn't stick to vertical surfaces at all. So just here, you've got some tile, you've got some finishes. It won't touch these at all. However, any finished horizontal surfaces you can see here, the bath itself needs to be covered up. The bath panel is absolutely fine. Same with tiling when you finish floors down. We literally put some plastic covering over these and it's absolutely fine to go. Same on window boards or any items like that as well.
Perfect. So we're outside now, everything's prepared inside. The blower is set up, the generator's ready to go. We're going to fire the system up. We're going to get an initial reading. Hugh's putting in all the details of the property to the laptop. We'll get an initial reading. Then we'll have a little discussion about what we want to achieve. So, Hugh?
Absolutely, yeah.
About 3 to 5 air changes.
Absolutely, for a property of this age and the design of it, we're looking at between a 3 and a 5. Traditionally, I've done houses of this age that start at a 15 or a 20. Buildings were designed differently 100 and 200 years ago, with modern stuff going on into this. We're looking between a 3 and a 5.
Brilliant, and we'll have an optimised, energy efficient property.
Yeah.
So we'll let the process continue. We'll get the data sent over and we'll review it remotely, and we'll have a chat about it later. So hi Hugh, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Wonderful, thank you. So we're going to have a conversation today about the project in Harborne where the AeroBarrier system has been applied, and we're going to look at some of the results, what we've achieved and what that means for the property, yeah?
Absolutely. So what I'll do now is I'll pull up this. So here we are. Here's your envelope sealing report. Basically, the system will take a pre-seal airtightness reading, in which case this one came out at 5.34 and 5.43 air changes per hour. And so you can see here at the start, we were, 734, and then as the seal went on, it was able to drive the value down here, right the way down to 2.81 ACH or 380, which is, around this number here. So we take
and
a
what's
reading.
That's in air changes per hour?
Air change per hour is 5.43 down to 2.81. So,
Oh, right.
so broadly speaking, this is if you were to take an AeroBarrier seal, we would discuss the value you're looking for in advance. For yourself, it was about a 3.
Yep.
So, you know,
So we got we got just below 3 at 2.81.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's really, really, really high performance.
Absolutely. We've had clients that came currently on site right now in completed projects where that number started about a 9 or a 10.
Yeah.
And we've driven that down to between that 3 and a 5 band again for them.
Yeah.
And literally the day after, they've said, I was sitting inside with my kids and it was less drafty. Like you could feel the warmth staying in. And that was the start of January. We had that cold weather.
Good. Wonderful. Hugh, thank you for your time, bud.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure, Michael. You take care.
Speak to you soon, my friend. God bless.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cheers.